Hi students, welcome to social science class. Before starting lesson, I am asking some questions from previous class. Who described preamble as political horoscope? K.M. Munshi. What do you mean by secular? Secular means a nation has no particular religion. What do you mean by sovereign? Sovereign means any country is not under the control of any other country in the world. What is the main goal of our constitution? The goal of our constitution is to create equality and promote the welfare of all people in a country. What is the responsibility of government in democracy? Promoting the welfare of all people in a country is the main responsibility of government in a democracy. Who is the constitutional head of the country? President. Yes, students, previous class you learned preamble of our constitution. Let's today's class we learn salient features of our constitution. Okay, salient features or characteristics of our constitution. First one, written and lengthy constitution. Indian constitution is in the form of writing or written. Okay, some countries follow written constitution and some countries follow unwritten constitution. Okay, written constitution, then unwritten constitution. Which are the countries follow written constitution? India. Next, USA, France, Afghanistan, next Australia. All these countries follow written constitution. Okay, next Israel, New Zealand, Saudi Arabia, then Canada, United Kingdom. These countries follow unwritten constitution. Okay, clear this? Okay, so rules and regulations related to country was in the form of writing in these countries. Okay, but rules and regulations relating to these countries was in the form of unwritten. You see, it is not in the form of writing. Okay, so government includes three organs. Do you know which are those? First one, legislature. Next, executive and judiciary. Okay, so the power and functions of legislature, executive and judiciary, these are all in the form of writing. Okay, what is the main function of legislature? Making law was the main function of legislature. What is the main function of executive? Implementing law. What is the main function of judiciary? Giving judgment to the people. Okay, these are all the powers of legislature, executive and judiciary. So all these powers were in the form of writing. Okay, then our constitution includes fundamental rights. How many fundamental rights explained in our constitution? 6. Okay. Next, fundamental duties. Okay, how many fundamental duties explained in our constitution? 11. Okay, next directive principles of state policy. Okay, directive principles of state policy. Some directions giving giving information, giving some guidance to run our state or administration of the country. So total 14 directions, okay, given in our constitution, and it borrowed from Ireland constitution. Okay, so here all these powers and functions of legislature, executive and judiciary, then fundamental rights, fundamental duties and directive principles of state policy, these are all in the form of writing. Okay, written records are there or written documents are there. Clear this? Okay, so our constitution is a written constitution. Clear this? Our constitution is also a lengthy constitution. Okay, lengthy constitution means it includes more pages. Lengthy constitution. When our constitution come into force, okay, when January 26, 1950, okay, in this moment our constitution includes 22 chapters, okay, next 8 schedules, okay, and 395 articles, okay, but now at present, after making some changes in constitutional amendment, okay, after making some amendment means what? Changes made in a constitution, changes made in a constitution, that is called amendment. After making amendment, at present our constitution includes 25 chapters, okay, next 12 schedules and 465 articles. Clear this? Okay, here when we compare into January 26, 1950, lot of changes caused in our country. Okay, economic, political, social, cultural, all conditions, all these conditions were completely changed. Okay, when we compare into 1950, political, social, economic conditions of our country completely changed. So some rules and regulations were also changed. Okay, some rules and regulations cancelled from our constitution and some rules were added in our constitution. So by making some changes in our constitution, at present we have our constitution includes 25 chapters, 12 schedules and 465 articles. Clear this? This is the first feature of our constitution. Second one, our constitution is partially flexible and partially rigid constitution. Now you must understand the difference between flexible and rigid constitution. Okay, constitution that can be easily amendable, that is called flexible constitution. Okay, first one, flexible constitution. Next, the rigid constitution. the constitution which can be easily amended is called flexible constitution. Okay, clear this? The constitution which can be easily amended or a constitution which can be easily changed. Okay, that type of constitution is called flexible constitution. Okay, the constitution which have special procedures for amendment is called rigid constitution. Okay, here constitution can be easily changeable. Okay, but here for changing constitution some special procedures must be followed. Then only we can make changes in the rules and regulations of this constitution. Okay, that constitution is called rigid constitution. Okay, so here Indian constitution not too rigid and not too flexible. Okay, it is not too easy to changeable and it is not too difficult to changeable. Okay, it is in this way. Indian constitution is not too easily changeable and not too difficult to change. Okay, it is in the medium stage. Okay, but some countries like Israel, okay, here we can get to see flexible constitution. Okay, in this country constitution can be changed very easily. Okay, then but Australia, here we can get to see rigid constitution. Okay, in this country for changing constitution they had to follow special procedures. Okay, so there we can get to see rigid constitution. In this country changing the rules and regulations of constitution is very difficult. Okay, so Israel has flexible constitution and Australia has a rigid constitution. Clear this? Now, third one, parliamentary form of government. Our constitution provides a parliamentary form of government to us. Okay, some countries have parliamentary form of government and some countries have presidential form of government. Okay, which countries have parliamentary form of government? And a presidential form of government. Okay, here India, then Japan, Denmark, Sweden and United Kingdom or UK. These countries have parliamentary form of governments. So which countries have presidential form of government? Okay, here it includes Argentina, then Afghanistan and Brazil. These countries have presidential form of government. Okay, so in India, sovereign power of the nation is vested in elected parliament. Okay, total full power of the nation was in the hands of elected parliament. Okay, sovereign power. Okay, full power of nation was in the hands of parliament, elected parliament. So what does parliament includes? Parliament includes two houses. Okay, parliament includes president and two houses, like one Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Okay, here president is the head. Okay, and members of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha belong to parliament. Okay, so under parliament, executive is there. Okay, sorry, under parliament, prime minister and council of ministers. Council of ministers are working. Okay, so here parliament including president and two houses are called legislature. Okay, then prime minister and council of ministers. Okay, they are the executive. Okay, so what is the function of legislature? Making law. Making law. This is the function of president and members of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Okay, so what is the function of executive? Implementing law. Implementing law. Which law formed by legislature? It was implemented by executive. Executive, it includes prime minister and council of ministers. So here prime minister including council of ministers, they are the real working body. Real working body. Okay, so they must work prompt. Okay, prime minister and council of ministers, they must work efficiently. Okay, if they lose the confidence of legislature, okay, if prime minister and council of ministers lose the confidence of president and members of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, in this moment they must give resign to their post. Okay, so executive always responsible to legislature. Okay, executive was under the control of legislature. Okay, prime minister and council of ministers were under the control of president and members of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Okay, so these prime minister and council of ministers, they must work well, efficiently. Okay, if president and members of these two houses felt work of this prime minister and council of minister is not satisfactory, if they found work of prime minister and council of ministers unsatisfactory, then they have power to dismiss them from power. Immediately prime minister and council of ministers must resign from their post. Okay, so executive, it is under the control of legislature. Clear this? Next, fourth one, republican system. Our constitution declared India was republic. Republic means power is in the hands of people. In India, power is in the hands of people, but people giving their power to the hands of elected parliament. Okay, so in constitution declared India was republic. Okay, So in India, president is the constitutional head. Constitutional head. Okay, he was elected by people. Who elects president? People. So, India was considered as republic. Constitution declared India was republic. Why? Because in India, president is the head of the constitution. Okay, so president is elected by people. Okay, here power is in the hands of people, but the people giving that power to the hands of president. Okay, so our constitution declared India was a republic. Clear this? Fifth one, federal system. Our constitution provides for a federal form of government to us because India has different languages, different religions, different caste, races and different geographical regions. Okay, as a result of this, power of the nation divided between central and state government. Okay, for easy running of administration. Power of the nation divided between state and central government. So India has both central government and state government. Okay, so what is federal government? The power of the nation divided between central and state government is called federal government. Okay, some countries have less population. Okay, and these countries following same religion, same language. So there is no need of two governments. These countries following only one government, that is union government. But India has a huge population. Okay, different languages, religions, caste, race and geographical regions are there. So power shared between both central and state government. Okay, so for this reason here some powers shared between central and state government. Okay, central government and state government. Here central government, okay, it includes a total 100 subjects. How many subjects? 100. State government, it includes total 61 subjects. Okay, state list includes 61 subjects. Then a concurrent list, it includes total 52 subjects. Okay, here power shared between central government and state government. Later power shared between both central and state government. All these came in a concurrent list. Clear this? Okay, so which are those 100 subjects? First one, military. Military department, it includes Indian Army, Indian Navy, Air Force. Okay, all these belong to military. This is the responsibility of central government. Okay, military. Then Indian Railways. Railway department also under the control of central government. Okay, then production of gunpowder. Okay, production of gunpowder. Okay, this is the responsibility of central government. Then foreign loans, giving loans to foreigners. Okay, this is the responsibility of central government. Next, foreign affairs. Okay, any policies or affairs related to foreign countries. This is the responsibility of central government. Then Reserve Bank of India. Reserve Bank of India. Okay, establishment of Reserve Bank of India. Okay, this is the responsibility of central government. Okay, then establishment of local self government. Okay, it is also under the control of central government. So what are the subjects included in a state government? Okay, police department. Okay, next the public health and sanitation. Okay, next agricultural department. Okay, then library, museum. Okay, then giving relief to unemployed people. Giving relief to unemployed people. Okay, then agriculture department. Okay, these are all next water supply, ponds. Okay, these are all the subjects included in a state government. So which are the subjects included in a concurrent list? It includes education, matters related to education. It related to both central and state government. Okay, education. Then marriage. Okay, next adoption. Okay, some parents don't have children, then they adopting other children. Okay, these matter related to both state and central government. Then forest department. Okay, it also under the control of both the state and central government. Okay, so totally for easy running of administration, powers are shared between both state and central government. Clear this? This way, any clash started related to these subjects between state and central government, in that moment Supreme Court has power to handle the situation, or Supreme Court has power to solve all these problems. Okay, now we may study about another important salient feature, that is fundamental rights. Okay, so what is fundamental rights? The rights given by the Constitution to people are called fundamental rights. Okay, so 6 fundamental rights mentioned in our Constitution. Okay, first, what are rights? The rights given by the Constitution to people are called rights. Okay, so total 6 fundamental rights explained in our Constitution. How many fundamental rights? 6 fundamental rights. Can you remember those rights? Okay, first one, right to equality. Next, right to liberty. Next, right to freedom of religion. Next, right to constitutional remedies. constitutional remedies. Right against exploitation. Cultural and educational rights. Okay, so these are all 6 fundamental rights explained in our constitution. So no law of central or state government has power to violate these rights. Okay, this is the fundamental right of every human being in our country. Any person who felt he can't enjoy these rights, then he can inform this matter to Supreme Court and he can get justice from a Supreme Court or a High Court. Okay. So this, how many fundamental rights explained in our constitution? 6. First one, right to equality. Okay, according to this right, all are equal. No one is above the law, no one is below the law. All are equal. Okay, next, right to liberty. Okay, we have right to freedom. Okay, freedom to speech. We have right to express our opinion openly. Okay, we have right to travel any part of our country. Okay, these are all the some of the rights explained in this part. Next, right to freedom of religion. Okay, our constitution declared India was secular. Secular means in India no religion is considered as national religion. All religions are equal. Okay, citizens as power, liberty or power to practice any religion as his mind thinks. Why? He got right to freedom of religion. Next, right to constitutional remedies. Okay, means if our constitution includes some rules and regulations, if any necessity, then we have right to change that constitution or right to amend that constitution. Okay, that is right to constitutional remedies. Next, right against exploitation. Okay, citizens have right to oppose exploitation of women, poor people, children's, weak, etc. Okay, sometimes especially here we can get to see rape of children's, women's, etc. In that moment, women have right to oppose. Okay, and they can they can inform this matter to Supreme Court or High Court and they can get justice from this problem. Next, cultural and educational right. Okay, every citizen of the country has a right to participate in cultural activities and right to get education and right to establish educational institutions also. Okay, these are all the 6 fundamental rights explained in our constitution. Next part of this chapter, we may learn all these rights deeply. This is today's homework. So complete your homework and read question and answers properly. Okay, thank you students.